Hey everyone, this is Jake, and today we are going to be talking about upcoming 3-star character Puzzle. She is going to be the first 3-star specialist, like a new one that we are going to be getting for the first time from the gacha. And she is very good units, so there is a couple things to talk about her, and hopefully by the end of this video you have a good understanding of Puzzle, and hopefully convince you that she is actually a really amazing character. For some reason, I think she does get downplayed a bit. I honestly think she's one of the best character, and she has so much potential throughout so many different contents that I think you will really enjoy playing around with her. But anyways, let's jump into the video and talk about Puzzle. So to summarize her kit, she is a summoner types of character. With her passive skill, she is able to deploy this octopus looking thing onto the field. With the summon, it can go around and it can tank hits from the enemies and such. It can also attack the enemies and it's going to be doing a certain amount of damage and such. Now, her auto skill is what makes her really good combined with the summon. Each time she uses her auto skill, she is going to be making her summons do some AoE attack. This AoE attack is going to be knocking enemies into air and bring it close to this octopus. So just kind of think as a Hubble's ults where she can pull enemies towards to certain spots that you kind of select. It's not precise as that, but this octopus can make enemies come close to her and gather them around, and also able to stun them for 2 seconds. So the faster you can spam this auto skill is going to be much better, and this is going to be stalling enemies into spots because they will be kind of moved around and they'll be stunned for a couple seconds. So this will give you great advantage when you're fighting many different enemies out there. It's going to help your fragile units to not take a damage because the aggro will be onto the Puzzle summon instead. And the damage it does actually is pretty decent, so Puzzle is actually pretty great sub DPS. Puzzle's ult, basically you select one of your allies and she's able to give a barrier to the targets, so it's a kind of survivability buff that you can give to your ally. If your ally is in a pinch, you are able to use that. If your summon is dead, which it could die, you can actually refresh and redeploy the summons onto field when you use the ultimates. There's another way that I forgot to mention when it comes to auto skill, that if your summons die, each time Puzzle uses it, she basically adds a stack on herself, and after 3 stacks, so using auto for 3 times, she's able to respawn the octopus onto the field again. So depending on your situation and such, don't worry about it. If your summon is dead, Puzzle can stack up once again and able to redeploy the octopus onto the field, which help you able to start stunning enemies once again. Also able to tank hits for your allies. So overall, you can see that Puzzle is very great crowd control types of character and helps your allies to not take a damage because the aggro will be taken onto the summon itself, while doing decent damage and stunning targets is going to be really great. Not to mention, summoning types of character is going to be much more viable in the future with the certain character that will be coming out in the future. Not to mention Klukai, which specializes in doing a lot of AoE damage, combined with the Puzzle's ability to kind of pull the enemies into one spot, causing a lot of AoE chain damage reactions to your enemies. So there is a lot of potential when it comes to using without a character just beside a summoning team that you can use right now within Chinese servers. So I think that's one of the reasons why I want to say Puzzle is really great character. So team building section, I think I just can't say much right now because honestly she is just amazing tank units and sub DPS-ish as the time goes on, especially if you start to stacking more specialist function cards together and such. It's just that by herself right now with the available unit pools within Global server, that you can't really see her true potential yet. She is good unit by herself, just kind of like Angela. She's able to push out tanks and such, but we also have a Croak, so sometime, or probably a lot of time, you feel like, well, I don't want to pull out another character just to be kind of used as different functions of Croak. Like, why would I change character? Like, I would definitely not recommend it. This is a gacha game after all, and if you end up having to pity puzzles, you probably feel really crappy. So yeah, I just can't really recommend team building right now. There's all this different specialists comes on the future. I think personally the specialist teams are definitely one of the most fun team when it comes to playing around within this game, and autopiloting with the summoning team is incredibly fun. Not to mention, it's pretty mind-blowing to see all your units just keep summoning and taking down allies without you having to really do anything. It's just pretty mind-blowing gameplay kind of style. So if you like those kind of gameplay style, yes, you definitely want to prepare yourself and pull puzzle this time, because I think this is definitely one of the best opportunities to go for her. And if you rely on her adding to the standard pool one day after a couple months and hoping that you will get as a off-spark unit featured on the list of your gacha, yeah, you're gonna have to wait for a while. So it's up to you, but I think puzzle is very fun units, and if not, really good units, especially in the future. So for team building side, sorry to disappoint you, I just don't have much that I can show. Like, it's kind of meaningless, I think. As more specialists comes out, you will always see me putting puzzles into that spot. But as of right now, for global server, like I said, can't really show much. So I just don't know why this section exists, but I guess I just wanted to talk about it, why this section kind of exists in a way. But pull for her if you want like specialist comp you want to build up in the future. If not, then I guess not. When it comes to algorithm setup, I guess we can say that it's pretty optimal at this point, that any character that requires hash rates and they're gonna have to go with the 2P sets, you have to go with the progression sets. And the new set also available is a stack set. If you have those pieces, yes, you can use that, because 2P set bonus is identical as the progression sets. And for the main option, of course, is a hash rate percentage, so you can stack the most amount of hash rates. And for the bottom stat, of course, you want to go for percentage hash rate as well as damage amp. For the mid slot, of course, is going to be always with the encapsulate resolved, which was added recently, and perception set. Whatever has the best self stats that making your units able to tank more, that's always going to be the best, so go for those as well. Last slots, I guess you have choice of delta sets, even though 3P set bonus is actually almost like not really viable on puzzle that much. So you are going to be leading more towards the exploit set, which is the new set we just got. But I'm assuming a lot of people don't really have much set of that, so I guess you want to go for skill haste main options of the delta set you have on your other characters and use that on the puzzle instead if you want to take a benefit of it. But like I said, it will take some time until puzzle kicks up with the other specialists going to be coming out in the future. So meanwhile, you can just pull her, don't buy like frag package, just slowly farm her fragments every day, like 6 or maybe 8, 9 a day, and just wait and farm exploit sets with the skill haste bottom options. And by the time Nora and all these other specialists comes out, then you can combine them all together and use it together. Then Undane comes out in the future, then you can use her as well with puzzles with the tactile setting. So my final opinion when it comes to puzzle. Is she pity-worthy character? I don't know about that. I think she is incredibly good character, and she is going to be pretty amazing with the future specialists combined all together. And this is going to be, like I said, really fun with the summoning comp, and they're really OP and really easy to use. It's just that you gotta start to collect all these different characters one by one to be completed and able to be that overpowered comp going on. So if you don't get lucky, if you don't have a lot of pulls saved up, and then I think it's not really worth it. It's a good comp, and she's also good in many different endgame content like Black Hole. She's also good in Exception Protocol. She's also good in all these different types of content like hard mode challenges, event stages coming out in the future, because her kits are just incredible for just now for global server as well as in the future as well. So when you just look at the skill kit, yeah, she's amazing. It's just that if you are not really fan of specialists, then you are not planning to build for that team in the future, then I guess she is not your first priority, and you should save up your resources for something else down in the future. We don't know when the Kukai will come out, and when the Kukai comes out, and if you don't have enough pulls to pity her, then it's going to be really effing shitty. So you want to save much pull as you can as always, because I'm assuming half anniversary is the time when we might get Kukai. We see maybe, so I think maybe June-ish is the time that we'll probably see, but we'll see how things will go as the schedule goes. You know, things could always change. But I think that is pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys learned something about puzzle and made up your mind that if you want to pull her or not. Me personally, I'm going to pull, of course. I pulled a Nashta as well as planning to pull puzzle. I pity Nashta, so that hurts, but I still got some pulls left around. I can definitely pull her. Then I'm probably going to save up for Nora, and we'll see how things will go. And that is pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. It's Jake. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.